Hello everyone, welcome to your daily tarot message. This message will be for the general collective. Hopefully you'll get to it when you need to hear this message. It's timeless in nature. Some quick announcements. I have removed all of my astrology and tarot content from my main YouTube channel, The Mind of Lilith. I'm going to be transferring all that content to this channel starting December 1st. So I'm re-recording some audio, I'm changing some of the graphics. I'm going to be adding more astrology and tarot content to this channel, and my main channel, Mind of Lilith, will focus on current events, politics, relationships, so on and so forth, okay? So stay tuned for that. All right, Spirit Guides, what message do we have for the collective, for my audience, my viewers? Why are you guys here today? What do you want to hear from me, or what do you need to hear from Spirit to help you on your journeys? Spirit guides, thank you for your support. A message for the collective, my audience. What do they want or need to hear at this time? Message for the collective. Message for the collective. Cherish the day. My Sade. Cherish the day. This is about gratitude. Being grateful for where you are currently, because that gratitude will be the foundation for your elevation, for your future success. So this is about getting grounded in gratitude. Saturn energy, Capricorn energy, fourth house energy, grounding. Also Cancer as well. Compassion, which is Cancer. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself, to give yourself a break. Instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend, be a loving comforter who always has your back. And I mentioned gratitude. I mentioned being grounded. If you guys don't feel grounded and you don't feel grateful for where you are, what you have, it's because you're not being compassionate toward yourself about your journey. So suppose you've gone through a really tough cycle where you've lost a whole lot. You've lost money, relationships, friendships, jobs, security, homes, cars, the things you really value. You've lost those things. And now you're upset with yourself or upset with life. I think your upsetness or your inability to adjust to those challenges is because you are not showing compassion towards yourself. You are judging yourself based on what you don't have anymore or what you've lost. You're seeing it as a failure instead of just an adjustment or phasing out of an old cycle. So you may have acquired all of those things, the car, the career, the house, the money, the relationship, because you thought you needed those things to be worthy, to have value. And now that those things are gone or they're in decline, you are judging yourself harshly for losing those things, or for those things no longer giving you what you wanted or what you expected. You're not getting out of this situation. You're not getting what you expected out of the choices you made in your life. Your life isn't turning out the way you expected. But because it's not turning out the way you expected, you are blaming yourself for doing something wrong, or being cursed, or not being good enough, life not being fair. And that's not the case. The things that have been removed from your life were not supposed to be there in the first place. They were temporary coping mechanisms, tools, resources to help you feel validated, to give you a false sense of ego, self-esteem, self-respect, because you You've never been compassionate towards yourself or other people, or you were very hard on yourself. You had to be the best in school, at work, in your relationships. You had a really high expectations for yourself. You lacked compassion for yourself, and that's why you're not grounded now. You don't have gratitude and you're not grounded because you're like, be grateful for what? I don't have a husband. I don't have a job. I don't have a car. I don't have a house, whatever. Be grateful for what, right? And those are the things that you use to feel better about yourself, to fill some sort of void. Some of you guys are bitter toward yourself, and there's a lack of gratitude and a lack of compassion. So because there's a lack of gratitude, there's a lack of compassion. You're not kind to yourself. You're beating yourself up because you're comparing your progress in your life to other people's. The things that you were striving for in your career or your relationships, those were things that society told you you need to have to be valuable. And that's not for you. Those things were not meant for you to have or to experience for a long period of time, because those things were a false mask. They give you a false sense of security and a false sense of value and worth. So therefore, with Uranus being in Taurus, those things were taken from your life. You guys could have a lot of fixed planets in your chart, fixed energies, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. Those things were taken from your life because they gave you a false sense of security, which enabled you to be very judgmental towards yourself and other people, very critical, very harsh, lacking compassion for other people and yourself. I have to be the best. I have to be the most. I have to be the first. I have to be the only. I have to da-da-da. All of those things you were able to successfully manifest or attract into your life at some point, but during this transit, you lost all of those things. You lost the stability, the security, the groundedness, and now you are being guided to have compassion for yourself, to love yourself in spite of or regardless of or in the absence of the things that you value. Do you love yourself without all of those things that you hinged your ego and your self-esteem on? So do you love yourself without your professional career, without your spouse, without your car, without your status? Do you still love yourself without that? If the answer is no, then you have to have compassion for yourself. And that's the issue. The issue is you lacked compassion for yourself. And the universe took those things from you to show you how you were living a lie, living according to other people's expectations of who they thought you should be, or who you thought they wanted you to be, or who they told you you should be to make them feel better. This could be parents or friends or social group, whatever the case may be. You lacked compassion for yourself because you lost those things that other people told you were valuable, and you believed them. The Hierophant is here. The Hierophant is here somewhere. Some sort of conditioning, training, education, socialization, programming that you've endured. And so now you're being compelled to have compassion toward yourself, guided, forced to. It's like everything you're working for keeps falling apart. Maybe, or there's delays, Mercury's retrograde, delays and setbacks. How are you feeling when you lose these things or when you experience delays? How do you feel when you don't get what you want? That feeling is giving you some insight into what's wrong with you, what needs to be aligned or adjusted or corrected or recalibrated. The feelings you feel when you don't get what you want is is the source of the problem, or showing you what the problem is. It's a symptom of the problem. If you are furious when you don't get what you want, or depressed, or you feel lost, and whatever negative emotions that are attached to feelings of not getting what you want, whatever emotions are attached to you not getting what you want, or losing something that you have or value, you have to analyze that and figure out you know, how to resolve those issues, because at the core of the issue is a lack of compassion for yourself, a lack of self-love, needing external validation by the job, the house, the car, the money, the degrees, the looks, the beauty, something. Perseverance, Saturn, victim, right? Exactly. There's a card underneath this I'm not going to look at right now. We'll find out what that is at the end of the reading. So, victim, yeah. I've lost everything. Nobody loves me. Boozy, bleezy, blah. I've gone through so much. This keeps happening to me. Nobody cares about me. I'm by myself. The World card is here, or the Wheel of Fortune is here. The World's reverse. Judgment is here as well. The Hierophant is here also. A victim feeling as if, you know, you have bad luck. You're cursed, right? Nobody likes you, or you made the wrong decisions or choices. You made mistakes. Look at what they've done to me. The world's, every time I try to do this, then that happens. These experiences or setbacks are showing you something about yourself that you refuse to see or acknowledge. You don't love yourself. You think you do because of what you thought you had, right? I love myself because I have 5 degrees. I love myself because I make 6 figures a year. I love myself because I go on trips. I love myself because of how I look. I love myself because of my career. I love myself because of my house. Like, you think the things that you've acquired are a reflection of how you feel about yourself. To some extent, that could be true, but if it were true, right? If the things that you had, the house, the car, the relationship, or the things you have reflected how you feel about yourself, then losing those things should make no difference. You should still feel that way about yourself. You should still love yourself without the things you're using to prove that you love yourself, that you have self-worth. So the reason why I'm spending 6 figures on this Mercedes Benz is because I deserve it. I love myself enough to treat myself to this gift. I'm worth it. Right? I'm worth it. I'm that important, that special, that powerful, right? I love myself that much. If you lose your car because you can't afford it anymore because the economy is going bad, Uranus and Taurus, do you still love yourself without that car? If you don't love yourself, or you're ashamed because you've lost the car, then you are lying. You did not buy that car because you love yourself. You bought that car because you thought other people would look at you a certain way, and that would allow you to love yourself even more. So if they see me a certain way, I have permission to love myself because I have this nice car. I have this career. I have this house. That's the issue. And that's what these losses are telling you or teaching you. We have Death card here, 5 Pentacles, 10 of Swords, the Hierophant. All these cards are coming out, but you are very resilient. And you will survive, and you will overcome this. But only after you start to show compassion for yourself. You give yourself grace. Give yourself a break. Stop judging yourself so harshly. Especially if you're a minority woman or man. You have a double bind here. Not just based on your ethnicity. Not just based on class necessarily, but your ethnicity, your race, your phenotype. You have to work extra hard for this because society judges you even more harshly for what you don't have, especially as a black woman, or even a black man, to be honest, or any minority. But if you're black, this is especially for you. Let's find out what's going on for the collective. Okay, let me get some more insight, please. More insight. Queen of Swords, 3 of Cups. Where should I put these cards? Queen of Swords and the 3 of Cups. This is a contradictory energy. So you guys may have, you may need to have more fun. Like the Queen of Swords is very judgmental. She's very objective, rational, cool-headed, detached. She has a cold, steely, detached, objective, rational personality. She's not warm at all because she lacks compassion for herself and other people. This is kind of like haughty, conceited, snobbish. And the Three of Cups representing the opposite of that. This is Libra, this is Cancer energy. Cancer represents nurturing, compassion, love, friendship, community, connection to others, right? There's an emotional connection, emotional vulnerability. Somebody may feel like they're being judged by their circle of friends, so they cannot connect with them in certain ways, almost like I can't be friends with these people because I'm not married, I don't have a nice car. Or you may be judged by these people. There's a fear of being judged, but these people are reflecting back to you how you feel about yourself. So it's hard for you to make friends with people or to feel comfortable around people, or women especially, because you feel like they're judging you for what you don't have. But they don't really know what you don't have unless you tell them. And why would they care about what you have? Do they care about who you are as a person? You may be surprised to find out the people that you think are judging you harshly actually have compassion for you. But you don't want their compassion. You see it as pity. Don't feel sorry for me. So you don't want these, you're confusing compassion and empathy for pity. And so your sword goes up. You turn your back on these people, or you don't forge deeper emotional connections. You only feel like you're worthy of having friends if you're all on the same level financially, relationship-wise. Like, I can only be their friend if I'm making just as much money as they make, or if I'm married, or if I have a career, if I have the same degrees they have. That's not the case. These women don't care about that. Your soul tribe or your true friends don't care about the amount of money you have, who you're married to, if you're married in general, your children, your money. They don't care. Your real friends don't care about that. But you're judging yourself based on that criteria. So it's hard for you to connect with other women. The Fool card, letting go, breaking free, letting go of psychological hang-ups, judgment, self-criticism. Somebody's carrying a lot of baggage. These acorns represent baggage, memories, thoughts, anxieties, what you've lost, baggage. Letting go of all that baggage. The Queen of Swords has a lot of baggage because, you know, she's been through a lot. So the baggage, it expresses itself as like detached discernment, no communication, transactional relationships, not trusting people. That's psychological baggage. I don't like anybody. I don't want anybody close to me. I don't trust anybody. Get away from me. So you're on the outside looking in. The outside looking in. You feel that way. Even when you're among these people, you don't feel connected to them. Five of Cups, yeah. Outside looking in. I'm not good enough because they have this and I don't have that. They're married, I'm not married. They have jobs, I don't have a job. They have money, I don't have money. Whatever. Comparing yourself to these people. You guys have spent a lot of time alone. So, okay. Your friends could be married or in happy relationships, or their lives are doing much, quote unquote, better than yours. They seem to have everything you want. You don't have that. So you're looking at the 3 cups that they're holding. Yours fell down and theirs is upright. So they have what you don't have. But if you look behind you, there's an opportunity for creating a harmonious relationship with yourself and the people and the world around you. The 2 of Cups represents a harmonious exchange between 2 people, but it could be even one person who is learning how to give and receive love to themselves, giving love to others, giving love to themselves, and receiving love to other people, from other people. Giving love to others, or giving love to yourself, and receiving love from others, or receiving love from yourself. There is an opportunity to learn how to give and receive love from this loss. They have what you want, so you're on the outside looking in. You don't feel connected to them. This could be some jealousy here with this dragon representing a jealous person trying to take this person's acorns, or the squirrel's acorns. I want what you have. You could be the dragon in the situation. Jealously looking at people who have what you want and not being able to connect with them because of jealousy. And then you're projecting your jealousy onto them and saying they're judging me because of what I don't have. You're judging yourself based on what you don't have. Let's continue this message, please, for the collective. This is an isolation. Saturn in the 11th house, Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn in the 5th house, potentially Saturn in the 4th. Not feeling connected to other people, Saturn in Libra, Saturn in the 7th house. Not being able to trust anybody, feeling detached, disconnected, competitive against other people. Mars, Venus square, Mars, Venus conjunction, Mars, Venus opposition. Magician reverse. I can't manifest this. I'm not good enough. I don't have enough. I'm not. You guys have to heal. 5 of Wands. More fives. Fives represent change. Change in your energy. So the Magician reverse is someone who wants to manifest material things. They're only concerned about the material expression of self-love. Right? The car, the house, the job. How things look to the outside world. So you don't feel successful unless you look successful. You don't feel loved or valued or important unless you look loved, valued, or important. That's wanting external validation. Again, not having compassion for yourself. So just as the Magician upright looks for higher spiritual levels of understanding, attainment, being able to alchemize different types of energies to manifest a greater connection with source and spirit, to give yourself the things that that you really need, that you really want, that what you really value, that not based on material, superficial, materialistic things. So this is the Magician upright would be able to, for example, manifest a career that's in alignment with their purpose, not just for the money, not just for the title, but this is who I am, and this is the kind of career that I should be partaking in because it makes me feel fulfilled. I'm living according to my life's purpose. The Magician reverse wants a job that looks good on paper, that has a lot of vanity, a prominent position with status, position that makes you look good to people. I look powerful. I look like I'm the man. A lot of Black Americans have this issue. I'm gonna keep it 100. There's an issue with using your job title to make you more American, more human, more worthy. I'm the CEO of this. I'm the deputy director of that. I'm the manager of this. So you must respect me. So a lot of us lead with our degrees and our career titles and our money. What happens if you lose that? Are you no longer worthy of respect, of compassion, of grace, of kindness? How are you worthy of it if you're not giving it to yourself? So some of you guys were conditioned to be very hard on yourselves by society, culture, your parents, childhood trauma. If you're immigrants, this could be especially for you. Immigrants, biracial, intercultural. You gotta be better than everybody else. You gotta prove that you're the best. You're not worth anything unless you get this high-paying job, this title, this degree. That's the Magician reverse. I'm going to manifest the things that make me look good to other people, but are not affirming me in any way. This job sucks. There's racism. There's cliquishness. There's nonsense. I don't like this job, but I like the money and I like the title. microaggressions and things that excuse me. Jeez. Drink my tea. Hold on, guys. Okay. Let me get one more card, please, for the collective. Magician reverse wants a superficial, materialistic something, or they want something for superficial reasons. They want to get married to show off to their friends. They want that career title to show off to their friends, to their family. They want the money and the Benz and the house to make themselves look more worthy of love and respect and relationships and whatever. A lack of vulnerability here. Something happened. Ten of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is, you know, King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. I'm going to say this. Something happened to a group of women of a particular culture where they lost their humanity trying to chase external symbols of success. So if I get this house, this car, this job, this relationship, I'm worthy of love. I'm more of a human being. I'm an American citizen if I have all this stuff. I'm an American, period, because I can spend lots of money. But in pursuit of that, of trying to get other people to see your value and humanity, you kind of lost it. You became an asshole, a jerk, detached, very myopic, selfish, narcissistic. Some of that it's here with the Magician reverse and the Five of Wands. Ten of Swords, that's gone now. You don't have a choice. You lost all of it. Uranus and Taurus took all that from you because you were using those things that you thought would make you more human, make you more worthy, more valuable, more respected, more lovable, more beautiful. You lost those things because of, you know, situations beyond your control, the economy happening, whatever. But now we have the Ten of Swords. Everything is fine. You're pretending as if everything is good, and it's not. Your money is looking funny. Four of Pentacles. And here's the thing. The King of Pentacles is here, and the Queen of Cups is right next to it. Here's the progression of events that happened, okay? So it seems like you were manifesting things for your ego. Then you lost everything. You were broke for a while. At some point, you learned to have compassion for yourself. You learned to love yourself in spite of everything you lost. Then this spark of energy comes up in your life. Spark of inspiration, a spark of creativity, a spark of self-love, validation. You get it. There's an epiphany, it's some sort of awakening that happens, and then you start to manifest this energy. This could be a person. This could be a Scorpio, Taurus energy, Cancer, Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo. We got Libra here. Two Venus energies. Venus representing self-worth, love, the things we value. You guys, some of you guys were using the things that you valued. Some of you guys were using stuff to overcompensate for a lack of self-love and self-worth. So you started to value the thing more than you valued the person who was able to acquire that thing. I value this car more than I value the tenacity and the work ethic and the intelligence that it took to get this car. So you didn't see your inherent value. King of Pentacles. The inherent value is Venus. Your inherent value is what brought you those things in the first place. But because you associated those things that you acquired with success and love and value, once those things were taken away from you, you thought whatever you had within you that brought you those things as well was taken as well. Like you attached, you became too, okay, your energy was attached to, or your value, or you started to associate the things that you had with your inherent values. It's like it replaced it. There's some sort of intermixing or blending. You couldn't differentiate it. So you started to associate, because you work so hard and you're so smart, you started to associate the thing that you acquired from that work ethic, from that intellect. You saw those things as a representation or reflection of your greatness, when in actuality, you would not have acquired those things if you weren't great in the first place. And somewhere along the lines, you forgot that. The husband you had, the wife you had, the house you had, the car, whatever it was that you at some point were able to attract or manifest in your life, you began to see that thing as a manifestation or reflection or representation of your inherent value. And that wasn't true. There was Neptune energy here, confusion. There was like a conflating Neptune and Capricorn, conflating my personal inherent value with the things that I have. So you have to love me more because I have a degree. You have to love me more because I have a Benz. You have to love me and respect me and value me because I have a degree. I have 4 degrees. I have a great career. I have this. You must do that. And when those things are taken away from you, for whatever reason, divorce, illness, economic downturn, furloughs, whatever, when those things were taken from you, you just collapsed, 10 of Swords. But you were acting as if everything was okay, but it wasn't. 4 of Pentacles, you were struggling for a while financially or just physically or emotionally. Queen of Cups, you learned to love yourself. Some epiphany happened. You had an epiphany or some sort of awareness. Ace of Wands, Queen of Cups, and this is leading to this. You may have been this at first. King of Pentacles reverse. Superficial, materialistic, greedy. Weight issues. Overeating, not eating enough. Then it goes upright. Okay. Judgment. I knew she would be coming out here. Very critical of yourself, but you're learning how to forgive yourself for the past, for the mistakes you've made. You're also learning how to forgive yourself for things that are not your responsibility. Some of you guys are blaming yourself for things that you didn't even do. Like, it's my fault that, I don't know, my parents suffered, or it's my fault I got a divorce. It's my fault I lost my job. It's my fault I'm not good enough. Some nonsense. You're blaming yourself. Judgment. The devil, definitely. Fears, anxiety, self-hatred, addictions, inner turmoil, this major arcana, you know, all these major arcana. This is a long cycle. All these major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it one more. Thank you. Okay. Let me move this over. This is crazy. All these major arcana. You had to go through this phase. This was at least an 8-year phase or cycle. You started seeing changes around 2018, something like that. Judgment, the devil, the tower, Uranus and Taurus, the sun card, your inner child, healing that inner child, your sense of self-worth, solar plexus, eating healthier, taking care of your body. You're going to manifest this at the end of the day. You go from the 5 to the 4. 1 wand is taken away from this conflict. You stop fighting yourself. 5 of Wands represents, in this case, internal conflict and turmoil. Judging yourself according to other people's standards and expectations of who you think you're supposed to be, according to what they want you to be. I have value because I have this, and that's not true. Okay, so the 5 goes to the Ace or to the 6 of Wands, but you've learned not to focus on the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is like the clout, the social media profile status, right? Fame, people looking at you and saying, "Ooh, I want what they got." You don't care about that anymore. You go from the 5 to the 4, meaning you're more grounded. You're more at peace with yourself. You accept yourself for who you are. You have a healthier foundation of stability and security once you start to exercise compassion for yourself. Because now your value cannot be taken from you no matter what happens. If you get a divorce, if somebody in the family transitions, if you lose your career, you lose the car, the Benz, it does not matter. It doesn't matter anymore. And you're realizing that. So you had to lose all this stuff to gain your soul. You lost the world to gain your soul. Or regain your soul. That's the sun, the solar plexus. The devil doesn't want you to have a soul. The devil wants you to think that your man or your car or your house or your money is what gives you value. And because those things give you value, you're afraid of losing them. That's the devil. Fear. I'm afraid that if I don't do this, then that's going to happen. If I don't have this, then they won't like me. If I lose my job, then they won't be friends anymore with me because I don't have any inherent value outside of those superficial reflections of my ability to integrate into society. If you lose friends because of that, because of the things that you lost, then those friends were only there because of what you had, and they weren't really your friends in the first place. So they were also fake. Because you were fake, you attracted fake friends. All this major arcana, this is a life-changing experience for you. The end of an old cycle. Judgment is right before the world card. So you have to forgive yourself before you end this cycle. Forgive the past. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop being so judgmental. Once you do that, you will have a lot of happiness. True happiness. Like feeling secure in your own skin. Feeling safe in your own skin. Being able to relax in your own home. Being more gracious. Having more gratitude for life. And the things you do have. You have your health. You're still young. You're beautiful. You can create beauty around you. You still have everything that you thought you lost when you lost the car, the marriage, the job, whatever. All the skills and tools and the knowledge and the experience and gifts you had that helped you to acquire those things, magician, you still have them. The things are gone, but the person that created those things is still here. You're still healthy. You just wanted those things back for superficial reasons, to prove something to somebody else. And that's why it was taken from you in the first place. What's underneath this? Despondency. This is, I give up. Life sucks. When someone's despondent, they are not responsive to what the universe is trying to show them. Just like being very stubborn, pouting, refusing to let go of the past, ruminating over the past, still mad about something that happened 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 years ago. If it wasn't for this, then that wouldn't have happened. Sometimes even 20, 30, 40 years ago, your childhood, depending on how old you are, something that happened decades ago, you're still like stubbornly holding on to an idea or belief that is keeping you bound or trapped into this cycle. Let me see, 121. Yeah. Hold on, guys. The magician fell down and it fell upright. So this is what you're becoming, the magician upright. So we have 21 plus 15 is 36 plus 16. My eyes are really bad. 36 plus 16 is 52. Any more? 52 plus 19 is 71. That's the number 8. That's your strength card. That's Leo energy, your 5th house, solar plexus. You guys may have something wrong with your 5th house, or your sun's afflicted in some way, shape, or form. Sun afflicted by Neptune, Pluto, Mars, Saturn, square, conjunction, opposition. 5th house, South Node, Saturn, Pluto, Mars, malefics there. Saturn Aquarius, Saturn in Leo. You're getting it. Oh my God, it's not. You were focused on the wrong thing the whole time. Let me get one more card, then I'm done with this. Actually, let me get 2 more. keywords. I always say one more and I always say no. Okay, let me get what's blocking you. Now, this is typically for love relationships, but it can be applied to other areas as well. Blocks represent Saturn, sometimes Uranus, and Mars. What's blocking you guys? Too much work. You tell yourself it's too much work, but it's really an excuse not to get involved. Queen of Swords, Three of Swords, despondency. It's too much work to love myself with nothing. It's too much work to get over the past. It's too much work to forgive my ex. It's too much work to what? To release all the things that I don't really need. Ambivalence, despondence. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. And this can be for love, but also for other areas of your life. You say you want peace, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. How do you want peace if you're still holding on to unpeaceful thoughts, emotions, experiences, relationships? You say you want to live in your purpose and you want a life of fulfillment, but you're not willing to let go of the past. This 5 here, 5 of Wands. Too passive. Somebody is very depressed. Very depressed. Like depressed to the point of, I don't say self-destructiveness, but it's hard to get out of bed. They can't function. There's some sort of narcissistic collapse that happened. I'm not saying you're a narcissist, but it's like your whole world was shattered by this experience because it bruised your ego. It wasn't about losing the person or the job or the money or the status. It was about losing the idea of who you thought you were based on your relationship to whatever you lost. Okay, let me get some keywords and I'm done. My throat is starting to burn. I hope I'm not coming down with a cold. I don't need that now. I just don't. Let's go on with the collective. One more, please. We have alligator, stealth, swift. Take a big bite out of life, right? This is being excited. The sun, the magician, the 3 of cups, having fun, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. The tower is good here because the tower is basically waking you up out of your stupor, your despondency, your depression, your melancholy, your isolation. Is breaking you out of that space. Good fortune dynamic, primal instincts, ancient wisdom. Move quietly but strike with great force. You guys may live near alligators in Florida, some sort of swampy area, Louisiana. Place with a lot of alligators or crocodiles. Those could be your spirit animals. Ancient wisdom. Okay, we have the tower again. Fox. Sexy or foxy. A good luck omen. Good luck is here. You have good fortune and good luck coming towards you if you are if you stop being so bitter or angry. It's like, I don't want what the universe has in store for me, because if I can't get what I want, I don't want nothing at all. If I can't have what I want, I don't want anything. F it. I don't want that man. I don't want that job. That's not what I want. If it doesn't look the way I want it to look, I don't want to deal with it at all. Something about it is very stubborn, rigid, narcissistic, maybe selfish, closed-minded, hard-headed, stubborn. Saturn square Mars, Mars square Pluto, Saturn conjunct Pluto. Malefics are an aspect here. A good luck omen, fox in a hen house, a desire to stay single or work alone. Queen of Swords. Sneaky, witty, quick. Tower. Crumbling foundations. The tower already came out here. Whatever you're holding on to is over. Permanently. Meant. What? Crumbling foundations meant to allow to be built back up with stability. Four of Wands. We go from the Tower to the Four of Wands. Something was not right for you. It was rife with conflict, rife with indecision, deception, manipulation, masking, cloaking. Somebody was being fake, living a fake life. Living a fake life. Your life was fake. Everything was fake. Even if you had real degrees and real money and real husband or real wife, your connection to those things was fake. Because those things gave you value, when in actuality, you gave those things value. And you didn't see that you were the reason why your life was as good as it was, I guess. You didn't see yourself as the source of your own happiness. You saw those things that you acquired as a source of your happiness. But without you being you, you wouldn't have got those things in the first place. Somewhere along the line, you forgot that, and that's why it was taken from you. Back up with stability. High-rise building, upsetting event, unexpected happenings, Tower moment. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for listening. I look forward to hearing your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.